Greetings. This is the Bloodymary Show. And let me show you the other side of my hometown. And we're going to explore my haunted museum, which came with lots of spirits, and it came with some controversy, too. Join here for some mediumship connection and for some ITC ghost hunting. Wait till the end to hear the spy app. I am an advocate for spirit rights. They were here first. They have something to say. They have something to teach, and maybe they need something from us. I am a psychopomp, and I work on both sides of the veil with the living and the dead, and I attract a lot of people who are also healers at all different walks, and we're going to peruse the place and connect with some mediums today and some regular Joes as well as my spirits.
Welcome.
Come with me on a journey without fear, where the spirits are all around and where you learn to communicate. My family's been here in New Orleans since 1718, and it's the spirits that woke me up. They want their stories told. Sometimes they need them corrected. I'm a priestess and a shaman, and I believe that the spirit world and ours is one. To go outside and then upstairs and check out all the spirits and see who and what has something to say. First, we're going to meet Logan Taylor and Shay from Nashville on their psychic adventure.
Yes, I do. So go and walk up the stairs. If you feel something in a particular area, stop and sit down. Okay?
Logan was walking up the stairs and he stopped at the exact spot that we got a rather creepy, a real thick manifestation just a few nights before. Though there was a creepy guy on the stairs, it was the overseer that he was connecting with, who seemed to be connected with me and the work that I was doing there and the love that I have for my ghost family. At least at first. And then there was the dark side.
Can I just set this anywhere?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Michael.
Not only are we the stewards here at the museum, but I'm their mother. I have a lot of orphan children, and they lived in my house before they lived here through this haunted artifact from Mother Cabrini's old orphanage. Then there's Michael and a few other spirits, and that brings the light and laughter. But sometimes there's the dark side, which we have to heed. There was a time in this town that there was no laughter or light. Especially true the first year or two after Hurricane Katrina. That brings you this cautionary tale. My night vision playback we're looking at. Now I'm sending him blind and naked to the upstairs apartment. There is a lot of active spirits and residual energy there. Let's see what he connects with. Don't climb the closet. Go in the kitchen. No, he can't leave. He's trying to avoid the kitchen. Go in the kitchen. Turn around. No, he's trying to avoid the kitchen. You missed the main rooms. Go back out. Kitchen and bathroom. Kitchen and bathroom. It's like he's trying to get away from it. Offerings start to mount on the oven and in the fridge all by themselves. The money gathered goes to stop domestic violence in the name of Addie Hall several times a year. And we also feed a veteran's family around the holidays for He didn't go in the bathroom. You can hear him screaming, running like a little girl. Well, let's get him coming up those stairs. You avoided the bathroom.
A woman and a man both died up there.
Well, sorta.
There was a...
Hold on.
okay.
So you were just upstairs screaming. What the hell was that?
Well, there was a...
I know, but...
There was, there was a violent fight. I'm raging.
Yeah. There was.
He says, he's chewing, cussing her out. And then I kill her. I kill her. And then I feel, I'm like, oh shit, I fucking killed her.
Yes. How did you, okay, are you channeling direct now?
Yeah.
What you got to say? Zach, are you okay? Are you a little better? Are you still angry?
I've grown a lot.
Good. We
But
try.
I've suffered a lot.
No, I know. Yes. But fortunately, we've had friends come visit you lately, and I think that really helped them. Very happy about that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't mean to do this to her. And he destroyed her.
Oh, yeah. Literally.
I can smell her. Did he burn her?
He cooked her in that oven. A lot of people can smell. Yeah, I'm just looking at your expressions. Yes, he lost it. He flipped. It was quick murder. It was a quick strangle. But then he wanted to get rid of the evidence. He didn't eat her. Zach, you didn't eat her, right?
No, I didn't either.
But everybody loves to call him the Katrina cannibal. He was not, and I try to set the story straight.
He says, I didn't mean to. He says to me, everything washed away my sins. Was this right around Katrina? Is that what
Yeah, he was kind of like it was a year later, but it was all in the aftermath of it.
And he just went crazy. He said, I suffered on the other side, but he said, I can't hurt anybody else.
I say that all the time. People feel strangled. I say, he's not after you. That's her letting you know what happened. He's not going to hurt you.
He's learned.
He hasn't yet been able to face everything that he's done, but we tried to help him with that.
That's why I think I heard, honestly, that makes sense with what I was hearing earlier. The man screaming, it was almost like regret.
I knew. Yeah, I knew.
Like, oh, I can't believe I fucking killed her.
I know. Yeah, it wasn't
because he did love her, but he flipped.
Yeah, he definitely flipped. He's still flipping. He's gotten a little better. It's a slow growth, a lot of karma. He then committed suicide, so he has both murder and suicide to deal with.
Yeah.
And then her. Now, she was stuck up there, too, for a long time. She's grown a little quicker, which makes sense. She was, but people victim shamed her, which is why I'm very, very, very picky about anyone I let do this story. So they don't.
Oh, no. She, it was meant to be.
There were drugs.
There
were drugs involved.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
You think so? That was their ultimate ending?
It was.
That's how he always goes. Would this have happened if it wasn't for Katrina,
Yeah. I think that, that time, it did drive everybody crazy. It drove him crazy.
The whole city crazy, too. And he had carried wounds from the war with him. Though they tried to blame it on PTSD, it was undiagnosed, and there was a lot of recreational drugs.
Yeah, I did see a little bipolar in him, though. I did feel that.
And her too. I think that it was before.
She gassed him up. You think she worked him up?
I think the two of them worked each other up, and they did drugs. It was a terrible time in town. Horrible.
Yeah.
There was nothing but anger and violence, and people like to blame her. I think they pushed each other's buttons. I don't think it was one more than the other. And then there were drugs and a lot of drinking.
I can't believe I just picked that up. It is so fucking freaky up there. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut.
No, that's definitely. I wanted you to feel I didn't want to do it on the show because it is a sensitive,
very
sensitive situation. Yeah. But like everybody's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing the story. It's like they need to get this off their chest. He needed to work things out. He still hasn't faced it on the other side, but he's so much better. He doesn't feel he's ready to go out to help others because I think helping others will help him. And I try to say, please stop this person if they're going to commit suicide. Help them.
Yeah.
And she could party a little, and she's gotten a lot of steps forward in the last year. But as long as they were blaming her and saying it was her fault, she was stuck in that moment.
No,
I said he didn't blame that. He wouldn't have killed himself if he thought it was her fault.
He felt it was. He fucked up.
Those are the actual words actually that his friend said. We did an Estes session the night before his friend from the army came up there, and he kept saying, dude, he fucked up. I fucked up. And the next day when we channeled him, he said, I fucked up.
Yeah.
But he was, his friends still love him and want him to remember that he's more than just this. And she needs other people to remember that she was more than just this. She doesn't want to just be the victim.
Yeah.
She was a poet and a dancer and a party girl, and they were both bartenders. It was a bad time. And you said you think this was meant to be. What do you think that means? Was this past life stuff reworking itself?
We were meant to die together. We were meant to die. Yeah, we were meant to die as one. I think their souls sort of, they were twin flame souls, I think. I think they were meant
True
to.
love or something. Not true
love.
love.
Well, yeah, that's
soulmates. I don't
that.
twin flames. I don't go too much. But soul family doesn't always mean you're supposed to be married.
Well, I think I keep hearing
She wants everyone to know that they had true love.
That's it.
That, that they really did love each other.
She's defending him even now,
In that way, but she still gets pissed off. Which she has the total right to do.
Are you kidding? Killing me.
Guess one of the things she didn't like the most?
What?
I don't know. Think. Anyway, it's not that important.
Well, I smelled something.
Well, yeah, Well, he cooked her for 13 days on slow cook in that same oven up there, and he chilled her body in that same fridge. And do you know that 10 years of tenants lived up there and cooked in that and ate in that out of the fridge? And there's no disclosure laws here, and they did not have to be told. So I have not turned back on the oven or the fridge, and they've become memorials on their own. But it is the same ones that came with the place.
You're a badass, you know that? You're a badass.
No, I didn't do it, I asked the landlord why, and he said because they worked.
Yeah. You're fucking. No, he didn't say that. Oh my God! Thank you for having me.
You're quite welcome. Thank you for connecting. And
that is freaky beyond belief.
Sometimes she's there more. Sometimes he's there more. Most of the time, they're.
He likes me for some reason.
Well, good. You should go back up.
No.
There is a big question.
What?
I don't know. You'll find out. And come back at midnight.
Stop. Gassing me out.
So the three of us, the three psychic mediums in our different methods of healing and communication are gathering together before and after we go to talk to the spirits. Now, I am what they call a psychopomp. I work on both sides of the veil. I help the spirits that need help, and I help the humans that need help with spirits. And I'm also a hypnotist and a medium, and she's a hypnotist, and he's a medium. And we all do a bit of paranormal investigation. Trauma can follow beyond the grave. I hope that most go on a regular journey, but some, I don't like the word stuck, some get fragmented. They forget who they were. They get stuck in a trauma, and they need counsel and help. Visiting the dead, visiting your friends at the grave or wherever incidents maybe happen really has helped. It's helped a lot here. I've had people that my spirits went to school with, at least the modern ones, and people that they worked with, people that they served with in the Army.
Hello, I am Shay Redstone from Tennessee.
From Tennessee.
From the show, do I need to do?
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, our show's name, our YouTube is My Psychic Adventures with my friend Logan Taylor, who is from Living for the Dead on Hulu.
Cool. And Psychic Adventures are bringing you to New Orleans right now, and I brought you upstairs. She is going to tell us your first gut intuition reply as a medium and a psychic and a healer on what you felt upstairs at the Haunted Museum, New Orleans.
Well, I'm pretty sensitive, but when I went in, my whole body fired up. The whole body. It's almost like a electrifying from head to toe, and it ran up and down. So I knew there was a lot of activity, a lot of really close active spirits are nearby. I immediately got family, servants, just a group of a family up in that little, in the spaces. Almost like a paid servant or servants for a home. Lots of children, almost like a nursery. I don't know much because I intentionally didn't do research.
Yeah, no, I prefer that people don't. What else you got?
Okay.
But yes, it's a 200-year-old ability, so it's going to have... The problem is always sorting through the layers.
Yeah, there's layers here. And my thing is the ground talks, like the deep layers will talk to me. Not just the buildings, but even like prehistoric. I can see different creatures and stuff like that. So mine goes way back. It's hard for me to sift through. A woman and a baby up there, definitely.
You felt a woman that felt like she was trapped up there. Was she white or black or other?
I feel like she was mixed, if that makes sense.
Well, sure. We were
the
capital of mixed here, yes.
True.
But
so I won't.
There's also a side note that doesn't usually have a lot to do with the ghost, but maybe what you were picking up on is that room with all the toys.
Yeah.
also was where the second Chinese family that moved to New Orleans had 13 babies. So in that way, it was a literal nursery. But in the other rooms, this middle room, the kitchen, the bathroom.
I feel a lot of love here, believe it or not. I feel a lot of love, a lot of warmth.
It's me.
I know. And I feel like it's you and how they all feel towards you, you know. I just feel very,
I'm their mommy.
yep, I just feel comfort, love, warmth.
It just felt like a tingle on the top. Not like I was being touched by anything.
People get touched up there all the time. Groped and grabbed.
It didn't feel like I was touched or anything. It just felt like my own little.
You felt the surge of the electromagnetic,
But
Sure. And what about you?
I felt my head, the whole head, like everywhere. Just throat, part of the throat, wanted to say something, couldn't say it. Just the head, just hurting. It wasn't like that, walking in there, and then heart racing, like I'm revving up for something. Ooh, even right now talking about it. Really insensitive.
You were one of the ones that knows the story, though, right?
I don't know.
Oh, you
any
don't?
details.
Okay.
No, I know something bad happened.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt something really bad somewhere in that threshold going into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That threshold, like right there.
It's always the liminal spots, the
Intensified.
doorways and things that you feel things come
Yeah.
at you. You know,
And
that's
then
just a regular
Didn't
thing.
feel as bad going towards the back, but right in that, going to the turn by the fridge a little bit. Something.
So you were feeling
Pulling
more
me
her
to the
spirit.
floor.
I feel like since I've been here, there's this feeling of, just like Tracy, like the tightness in the throat, something to say, but also in the chest, I felt earlier, like a tightness. But also, I saw a horse. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Ghost horses in the back.
Horse, and then I saw
Brutus.
a maid.
The story here is sometimes hard to hear, but being heard is healing. Even after you are dead, there can still be hope. The first year after Hurricane Katrina here in New Orleans was war. Physical, political, and spiritual. Violence grew. Laughter died. Hope was dim. Children were gone. Corruption flourished. And then there was it. And it was hungry. And we were the food. It seems all I did after Hurricane Katrina was banishings and exorcisms on people, places, and things. It was a dark time, and you needed to keep clear and balanced, and it was not easy for anyone. They had a fight, he strangled her, and he was 6'10", she was 5'3". You know, it was quick, but then he wanted to get rid of the evidence, and then he snapped and chopped her up in the bathtub, cooked her in that same oven, and put her in the fridge. Well,
This is just where my head goes, okay?
Ha, ha,
Why
ha.
are they still lingering? Why
That's what
can't
I
they
was gonna
heal?
ask. Why
Well,
can't-
first of
Can
all, I disagree with most people that do this about why. Why not? Why can't they be here?
Can they
Why?
leave if they
Why?
wanna leave?
I give them permission. It's their choice. If they're not ready to face what they're doing, if they're not ready to face what they did, they come right back. And they're not ready to face it, so they get sent back, and sometimes sent back different, so they lose progression. I think, and most shamans that have done this for centuries will say that when someone's with them that like takes them on as a friend or a case and talks to them, that they could do a lot of their growth in the interlife. They don't have to be born again to go through all the traumas again. So if they have someone that helps them and they are facing their own things, they can grow spiritually quicker. Now, plus 10 years to us and them is two totally different things, you know. People choose to stay back. There's nobody that says they have to go to the other side. Visit them often and tell their stories. There is power in words. When we remember them, we are putting them back together. Tell their stories. Tell the deeds that made you laugh, that made you love them, that made you happy. This heals them. Visits from friends and co-workers. Memories can heal and hurt. So balance them out. Hi, it's
Hi.
Bloodymary, and I am here with, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Adam Bagby.
And you are friends with one of our resident spirits. You knew him well in life. And do you have a direct message, not like they tell him that, you know, something you'd like to say to him first person?
Hey, Zach. Listen. When we talked and you were telling me about the mission you were on, I just want you to know, like, the way everybody knows you here and the infamy from the thing you did. I remember the real you. I remember the you before what you chose to be, before Katrina. I knew the you back when we were on mission. And I want you to know that that's the you I remember. That's the you I choose to remember. But, dude, you fucked up. You fucked up hard.
Oh, he knows. In fact, he just said that on EVP when we did a ghost hunt session right before you came. We got the words fucked up over the radio, what he said, I fucked up. But he also said something else that I have to check. He said you saved his life. Did you, literally or figuratively, ever save his life?
Okay, all right. Now wait a minute. Now
I'm going to play that back. So you hear.
He went. There was all right. So that's not even an Iraq story. That's a story from Germany.
Okay.
But we
it's
were
true.
drunk. We were drunk
Wow.
in his barracks room.
How many spirits we got with us tonight?
99.
Adam Bagby is coming. Adam Bagby knew you in Iraq. We heard you cry. Was that you?
C.
Is that Spanish for yes? Are you happy to see him?
Protect.
I will be here, and do I need to protect from him? He says he has a letter for you. Is it safe
Hold.
to hold? Is it safe to let him in? I will hold the letter.
Games.
Games?
Return.
He seems sincere to want to come meet you. So this was someone you knew in life before when you were in the army. Someone you served with.
Ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese. Placing orders, okay. I don't have any, I'm sorry.
Spirit.
Spirit. So I know that you will be here to protect me if need be, and we'll try to channel the two of us, okay? So that he can connect with you. Why did you say protect? Who needs to protect?
Honor.
Okay, you're honored that he's coming, so he's a good guy, right? He seems like a good guy. And he thinks you're a good guy, I think.
Come in.
So you want him to come in?
I effed it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. You fucked it up, effed it up. Okay, yeah. You fucked it up, effed it up, okay. That is possible. He was saying how there was a very hard, I guess, battle that y'all had went to, that you, or maybe both of you, were never the same. He's very aware, and he needs to come see you.
Here, hurt.
Yeah. Both of you, I'm sure, were hurt. Maybe he'll tell us what happened in his words. Maybe the world will understand you more from his words. Anyway, you're going to have a visitor in a few minutes. I just thought you should know. Is there any message you want me to give to him from you? How about you? Any other spirits want to talk through her while we're here? We were talking about Zach Bowen. Any last message? He? Do you have a question? Do you have a question? How about you? Any other spirits want to talk through her while we're here? We were talking about Zach Bowen.
Save my life.
Did he save your life? Oh, that'll be interesting for him to hear. Well, maybe he'll save your afterlife too. Maybe his remembrance of you will have a story. See. That will be something I am sure that he would love to know.
Playoffs again?
That you remember what?
Playoff?
You can take him off. You did good.
Thank you.
Did you feel like you were connecting?
Yeah, I felt energy running through me the whole time. You know, like just
Cool.
energy.
Hey, you said that he saved his life. I'm going to find out if that's true very soon.
What did I say?
That you saved his life. We wanted to know if he had any message for his army buddy that was coming to visit him, and he said, "You saved my life."
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that's.
He was telling me about his wife and his 2 kids. I remember this. And you were trying to figure out how you were going to do everything. She brought up the idea of a divorce, and you were like, you didn't want to do it, but you didn't know how you were going to be able to handle everything if you did do it. And I was like, dude, how do you feel about your kids? And he's like, he loved his kids. His kids were everything to him. And I said, so don't give up the kids. And can you, like, how do you feel about your wife? And he said he cared about his wife. And so I was like, all right, well, then you got to make this work. The thing is like, this was all before Iraq even happened. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, I know the mission he was on in Iraq were the one where he couldn't recover from it. And it was tough.
To Zach. You don't have to.
No,
Are you feeling any emotional energies?
Yeah,
the music would balance it.
Looking around. I remember we were smoking our cigarettes. Kind of.
He still does. The cigarettes all over the place.
I wish I had a cigarette right now.
Go over there.
I haven't had an urge for a cigarette in 20 years.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I feel like I need a cigarette.
Come here. Come here. These are the impromptu. This is the impromptu altars, which are filled here with cigarettes, which are up for grabs. Those are some of the offerings, and you may smoke one. He gets to smoke it. He wants to smoke through you. Is what he's doing.
Is it okay if I have a
Yes.
cigarette?
I'm trying to see. We got matches here. Which type?
I'm not really sure. I want any of these.
Well, these are all offerings.
Yeah.
Well, that's...
the thing is in Iraq, too, it was random. You never know what cigarette you would get.
Right.
So, the Iraqis, he was on patrol, and he was going to an IP station, Iraqi police.
Right.
And here's the thing about the Iraqi police stations. When you're trying to establish a working police force in a place of straight chaos that was Baghdad, you're trying to get everything in some sort of functioning capacity to where things could actually function.
You know, that's what was going on here in New Orleans too after Katrina. So I'm sure a major flashback occurred on that. Continue.
And like he's being yelled at, and he had to go, so he hit the gas, and what happened. Back at the back at the palace, we're sitting there talking, and he was all messed up all about it. And he was telling me, he was saying, Bags, I don't know, man. He's like, I don't know. And he was nervous, and he was freaking out about it. And I was like, dude, you know, this is
war.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to put it like that because that kind of makes it sound cliche, but it was like, this is a different kind of war than we were trained to go into. This is a different kind of war than we thought that we were going to be a part of. Because, you know, in Vietnam, you're training for the jungle. In World War I and World War II, you're training in the trenches. But this was urban environment. This is something that we had no idea what we were getting into. And so anyway, I told him, I was like, listen, brother, like, this is just one mission. And we've got, well, we got 90 days until mission complete. And he knows what that means. But anyway, it was like, anytime a new mission came down, we're like, yep, this is going to be it. You're done after this until you got 90 days until mission complete, and then you can go home. And then, well, you get the mission complete, and then the next thing you know, you got another mission coming down. And so the next thing you know, you're there for over a year, right?
Right.
Because the missions kept coming. Yeah. No, well, his stress that he carried with him. And then here's another thing too. When we all got back to Germany, none of us got psychological trainings. None of us got therapy. None of us talked to any psychiatrist.
That's what I keep saying.
This is something that we're all going to have to keep. Because I got mine too.
It's terribly sad. Here we are at the Haunted Museum and Voodoo Pharmacy, and one of our guests just had an experience with one of our many ghosts and one of the tales that has to do with this place at 826 North Rampart in New Orleans. What's your story and how'd you connect?
So my name's Emily Emerson Ridge. I'm a Catalyst Warrior, and I'm about to open up my first yoga studio in Lansing, Michigan. I am primarily a Kundalini yoga teacher, but I'm also trained and certified in mindful yoga therapy for veterans, which is specifically a program that veterans developed for veterans and other people with PTS to build resiliency and recover from trauma.
And so you did it with the dead for the first time today, yes?
I did. It was pretty amazing. So specifically about recovery and knowing that you can move on from those kind of traumas and compassion fatigue.
And I would say that you could still work with spirits, and I used to be nicknamed the necrotherapist because you're working, but it was so great. He responds, one of our ghosts here had a tragic ending, a murder-suicide, and he was thought to be PTSD, though not treated or, you know, officially PTSD, but he was already 2 tours, Iraq, Iran, I believe, and he had low self-esteem. We all had PTSD from Katrina itself. This was a Katrina case. So you reached out to him, and he was able to go through the veil for you to help give a little of your Kundalini training and breath work with even the dead, correct?
Yes.
Explain.
Yeah, definitely. I just sat in the room and just kind of was listening to him. There was a bit of melancholy and sadness, regret, of course. And, you know, I just kept telling him the same thing I would tell any of my students,
right,
that was just a moment in time. And good people do bad things, and that doesn't make them bad. The true meaning of the word namaste is, the good in me sees the good in you. And that's what I just kept coming back to. And, Sat Nam means truth is my identity. I come from truth. And I just kind of say, that was just a moment in time. And what you were before and what you are meant to be in the future is this could be, the touchstone of, a cautionary tale.
Right, and that's how I present this to other people. So, and that's how it was felt by a lot of people in town. Like, well, when this happened, it was like, that could have been me. I better get it together.
Right.
So that's never an excuse for what happened, for murder or suicide. But they are considered the last two Katrina victims, and I do, of course, hail that we don't blame the victim, which was a problem that people are doing. But both, we can help the spirits just like they can help us, and we should work together. And you reached out, and he always recognizes veterans, or
Yeah.
So it was interesting. So she helped a little.
Yeah, it was very amazing because when I sat up there and just spent the time with them, after a while I just kept again reiterating the fact that he could be of service now. He could turn that into help. What do you want to be now? If you want to be of joy and light and service, then be that. It's okay to do that and help others for mental health issues, for drug and alcohol addictions, for domestic violence.
I have tried
emotions.
to task him for suicide prevention.
Yes.
Where Addie definitely jumps in to help relationship issues.
Yeah.
And she's a fully functioning spirit. He has a little bit more karma to deal with, obviously. But she wants you to know that she was a poet and a dancer, and more than just this.
Yes.
And she wants everyone to know that for a moment they did have true love.
Yes.
For that moment.
Absolutely.
Everything is a series of moments. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for helping.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's been great.
Thank you for joining us, and come visit us at the Haunted Museum. Stay tuned for part 2, which focuses more on Addie Hall, coming up next week. But first, listen to this ITC communication with the new app Spy Spirit Phone Innovation.
Zack Addie, are you still here?
Zach, did you know John Morgan? He worked at the Nelly Deli on Bourbon. So did his girlfriend Dana. Polly was her name. I think last name Pastori.
I said, are you still here? I said, always.
Yes.
You knew him.
So
He was a cook. You were both cooks.
You were both cooks.
Dana, or Polly, she disappeared in 2002. But nobody knew what happened to her till right after Katrina. Do you know?
True.
What happened?
No response, detective.
Push the button.
Silent.
I'm going to ask you again. How did she turn up? What is that?
No response. It's like, basically, I feel like when it says that continually, it doesn't want to answer the question. The spirit doesn't want to answer the question.
Well, anyway, she turned up about a year before you.
Body.
Yep. She turned up about almost exactly a year before you died, on October 21st, 2005. It was just her trunk in a trunk, her body. He had cut off her arms and her legs and her head, and all they found was a trunk in a trunk. So it would be the body, not,
Yes.
Yes.
Did you know about it?
Chilling.
Chilling. Is that what gave you the idea to cut up Addie?
Yes.
He ran off and he wasn't found. He left her trunk in a trunk. Did you know that
Haunting.
night? What was that?
Haunting.
Yeah, probably. Push it again. 2 doors down were the infamous trunk murders of 1920 as well. In a brother deli like you were working at. Polly's mummified body was found in the trunk October 21st, 2005, right after Katrina. Though he denied killing his girlfriend, she was strangled also, and then he was convicted on first-degree disarticulation.
Yes.
He says he didn't kill her, he only cut her up. Zachary Bowen had nothing to do with the killing, but he might have been inspired by how they got rid of the body.
Who was responsible for the influence?
Lies.
Lies?
Lies. So lies were the main thing that caused the problem, but what was responsible for the killing?
Men.
Yeah.
There's a trail of violence I know that lingers, I guess, that could be picked up on when the situations are just right.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it attracts an entity that helps push that along, if that's where you're getting at, or whether it's just wrong place, wrong time. A little bit of both, you know?
I'm wondering if it's something residual, like an energy that comes back residually.
I don't know if
You know
it would
how-
just simply like a trail that you have to clean up, and if the trail is there, certain situations are right, it might re-spark the same thing. Cooks at delis, you know?
Rage. Instead of
Rage, yeah, well that would be the answer. Yeah, when rage comes up, then those things activate.
Are
Rage and fear causes entities. Hungry.